Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 7 of the 4X Alchemist full game commentary. My name's David and I'm playing the Cravers. We are on turn 65, fighting these pink enemy Cravers. We've taken 2 systems from them already, but thanks to a couple stupid moves on my part, we kind of stalled out for a little bit. So hopefully we'll be cleaning up that battle soon and can kind of get on with the game. Alright, we're doing lots of terraforming goodness all over the place to try and help our happiness as well as our happiness and our productivity of all of our systems. Okay, so we just found these Pulsos guys, so we might send a small battalion down to go take care of them. So I think like a mantis and a couple wasps should do the trick. So let's do that. I don't think there's too much of a rush. These guys are waiting for a small force to go investigate that quest beacon. I think just the 2 of them should be fine. And I think we're done for the turn. Pretty easy, super easy turn. Since we're kind of in this mid-game lull, I'm going to try and go through it a little bit faster, hopefully not bore you all to tears. If there are anything you want explained or talked about, please let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to mention it as soon as I can. I record some of these episodes all in a row because I just kind of get caught in the game and I don't want to play. So it might be a couple episodes, a couple days before I get to address your questions. But keep an eye out. Anything that you ask directly, I'll be sure to address. Okay, so we got termite here. Let's send them over here. We don't really need any extra wasps at the moment. In fact, we have some extras. So let's send them over here, actually up here, just in case that quest is a little bit more difficult than I'm anticipating. I've made some pretty stupid calls in the last the last 2 episodes because I haven't really been thinking. I've been more focused on the commentary itself rather than making good in-game decisions. So I'm going to try and do more smart things and less stupid things. Okay. We got termites, we got hornets. We'll put these guys on guard and end my turn. Okay, yeah. So let's shoot for an average of 2 minutes per turn during this mid-game lull, because the decisions are not that critical. It's just kind of playing out the end of this war. I hate how if they have a ship in the hangar, they can take it out of the hangar and move out of the blockade in the same turn. I don't know, it just bothers me, the fact that you can do that. I feel like if you have a blockade around a system, something that starts inside the system shouldn't be able to leave without you getting the opportunity to contest it. I don't know, maybe that's just me. So, here we go again. Killing these ships, doing our super slow siege. I suppose I could do the invasion, but I just don't think that's worth it. I don't have that much manpower to spare still, so I think just doing the slow and steady way is boring, but kind of just what I have to do at the moment. Definitely unfortunate. I'd love to have had my oh, that sucks, that guy's dead. I would have loved to have my my termites not get intercepted here randomly and then sent all the way back here, but that's just kind of what happens sometimes. Okay, so here we go. Good. stick it on the 2 minute per turn, or minute and a half, 2 minute per turn, mid-game rush. Okay. So we got the Lumeris below us still. Alright, so here's this thing that I've never seen before. Ship is headed straight into a nearby star. Let's get the happiness and alter its course. Okay. Maybe we'll get some sort of benefit. Other than the happiness, that is. Alright, so we got a general pop out. The fleet's still super weak, so we're just going to take it out anyways. Don't really have a chance. Yeah, they're just kind of throwing all their last-ditch efforts at me, and now they can't produce ships fast enough to contest me each turn. Really, the smart thing to do if you're in this situation is, I mean, it's pretty hard in this situation where I have 2 of their 3 remaining places blockaded. But you know, what you would want to do is build ships here, and then if you wanted to try and contest this fleet, so build ships here, and then send ships from here to here. And then the turn that these ships arrive, also pull these ships out of your hangar, and that essentially combines the fleets so that they can't be attacked, you know, individually. It will allow you to have a better chance of fending off your invaders. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of termites now. This siege should go significantly faster. Yep, it will be done next turn. Alright, so we're kind of getting back on track. But, you know, faster is always better, so we're still cranking out some more termites. Okay, so we're going to send him over here. Kill these guys. I don't know where these civilian transports are still coming from and why they're sending them every turn into me, but I will certainly take the 1,000 free dust every turn. I think it's just kind of a stupid AI thing, but I'm not 100% sure. Alright, so we can send our termites down there, do the invasion up here. Always start with preemptive bombing just in case they do a conscription. And there you go. Yeah, I'm guessing they did it. Yep, so they did a conscription, got the 200 bonus, but were immediately killed, and then did minimal damage to me because of that preemptive bombing. Okay, so we're going to, again, do some just standard terraforming. I think snow is the best option. It gives us more choices. Then we're going to get some dust out of this thing. So they're all depleted. Not the best. Alright, so we're probably just going to lose a whole bunch of people because they're mutinous. So we'll probably lose 5 or 6 people from that. I could do like feeding pits or something like that, but not too worried about it. You know, losing a couple people, whatever, they'll come back soon enough. Okay, so here we are with this place. This is their capital. It's pretty good. Unfortunately, it's also very upset. So yeah, this war is now finished, or that invasion is now finished, so we can just keep our kind of leapfrog encapsulation, you know, whatever you want to call it, going. Basically where you are minimizing the opportunity for the enemy to come around and backdoor you and take back the systems that you just took from them. Alright, also we finished our spin project tech, so let's start implementing those things. so that we can get some more influence and maybe sustain our wars a little bit better. Because we really want to, or not our wars, our laws a little bit better. There we go. Sustain our laws a little bit better so that we can get that ship bonus, or the ship industry reduction bonus. Okay. Yeah, because it allows us to build things, 15% faster. And since all of our places are, or a lot of our places are pumping out ships every turn or every other turn, or at least that's a significant focus of ours right now. Getting producing ships 15% faster is pretty strong, especially for just the cost of 1 influence per person per turn. Okay, so this should fall in 1 turn once my termites get here. We declare war on you, but you didn't. I don't know, whatever. I very rarely read those little text bubbles because half the time they don't make any sense. And the other half, and every time they just are pretty much meaningless. The AIs are going to do whatever the AIs want to do, and you really can't stop them from doing it either way. Okay, we're losing people in Iaz. No, Iaz over here, not Ita over there. Okay, that's fine. I don't really mind too much. We'll wait for 1 turn, get those guys there, and then begin or finish that quest. That will be ready for invasion next turn. We'll set these guys on guard, and guys needs some direction. Let's get these spin projects going here and here, and maybe a little bit more food and some xeno-industrial plants. Xeno-industrial first, then the food, because that will give us a nice 40 bonus industry. Okay, that should be it for that turn. Alright, we are trucking right along at a nice pace. That's what I like to see. Okay. Population lost. Yaz again, as expected. Is there anything I can do here? I think these are all Cravers, yeah. They're all Cravers, so we can't do any feeding pits. I guess we could do chain gang, but I don't think that would really help anything. I don't really think there's a good option at the moment, unfortunately. Okay, so this invasion should be ready, so we're going to move our termites out and start the invasion, preemptive bombing, and it should be ours. There we go. Alright, so this is the pace that I normally like to go on invasions. You can see that delay where the termites got intercepted here, sent back there, and had to come all the way back was pretty significant. It actually, kind of screwed us up quite a bit, or at least delayed us significantly in our objectives. Okay, so we're going to want to do that, and let's get more food first, lose the minimum number of people. Let's see, what else can we do? We can, that's 7 turns, that's fine. They'll be good for 7 turns. We'll have this guy also hop on over here. I think you get experience for invasions, but I'm not 100% sure. It really doesn't look like it, does it? It might be a nice experiment. See if he can get some experience for invasions. What's this place? Is this any good? No. Not worth it. Okay. So I think that's going to be mostly it for this turn as well. We have a nice fleet developing over here, so that will be ready to strike right at them as soon as possible. We also, in order to do that, we're going to need some more termites. Let's get like 6 or 7. Can't remember how many times I clicked. We will need a trade outpost. Let's go here. Trade outpost, we're just going to buy it because we don't want to wait for that long. And let's get this graviton research plant as well. Okay, so that's going nicely. Everything seems to be doing fine. These guys still suck. Okay. Ooh, here's something that we can do. Since these guys are kind of just sitting on their butts at the moment, we'll wait for this guy to join up, but we'll take him down and take out the pulsars. You know, get a free assimilation. I don't see any reason not to. Maybe see if there's a good place here. This place looks like it might be decent. Yeah, it has an atoll, but other than that, just kind of mediocre. You know, see if we want to do some peaceful colonization, whatever that is, rather than our militaristic colonization that we're used to. But we'll just pull them down here. It's only going to be like a 3-turn or a 6-turn detour to get down there and back, so no big deal. Alright, this guy should be ready not next turn, but the turn after. There's really no rush, so I'm not too worried about it taking a couple extra turns. Okay, definitely don't want to colonize that because that's the worst planet I've ever seen. So let's get these things. They are ecstatic, which I like. Okay. Anyone else need help? Nope. Those are the only ones doing nothing. Okay. So, there's not really too much just kind of game mechanics and general knowledge type things to talk about at the moment. I've really covered a lot of those things in my previous episodes, but I'm happy to repeat myself if necessary. If you guys have some specific questions and want me to talk about specific things, I would be happy to do that. If you think it would be beneficial. Again, just throw them in the comments and I'll get to them as soon as possible. Okay. Yeah, so we're losing people. Yeah. So if you remember, my goal in this game is to do a supremacy victory. But during that, so you can do it. You can do that one of 2 ways. One, you can leverage the Craver autocracy and the fact that they can't have anarchy ever, and so you can just make all of your places go to mutinous without really any consequences, other than the minus 75% food and yes, so the minus 75% food and minus 75% influence. Or you can try and maintain happiness throughout your empire, while also, while still doing the supremacy victory. And so I'm going to try and do the latter, because the last time I went super late game, or pretty late game, I think we got to turn 106 or something, with my brother. He actually started beating me pretty handily, because all of my places were so angry that I was losing population every turn, and it was, well, problematic, really problematic in fact. I ended up losing the game because I started losing population in all of my places every single turn. How are they still mutinous? That's 60%. Why are they still mutinous? That doesn't make any sense. What I am going to do I want to implement Toys for Boys? What does that give? Plus 20 on systems, minus 10% science. So that's going to cost me 250 science. that's really rough. People have been singing the praises of Toys for Boys to me, saying that it's amazing or whatever, but I am so far unconvinced, especially for a civilization, or especially when you're not close to the happy or ecstatic fid bonus, your empire-wide happy or ecstatic fid bonus. So I'm really not convinced by it, at least at this point. Maybe if I was close, maybe if that 20 happiness in all of my systems would bump me up to ecstatic, then it might be worth it. But at the moment, I think this is just fine. So yeah, so we're just going to keep things as they are. One more turn until we can finish off the pink Cravers, and then I might just continue the war. At this point, I wish I had 2 military generals, because I kind of want to be really accelerating my wars and expansions by fighting on 2 fronts. So I'd like to go to the south and fight those Lumeris, which I'll show you guys in just a second after this battle resolves. There we go. Oh no, I lost a Mantis. How did that happen? Oh, he must have just crit a whole bunch of times. No, I guess he was just super strong. Huh. Oh, I wasn't paying attention, and they switched up from Butcher 4s to Butcher 5s. Well, that's why it's important to always pay attention. So he got a little bit of a last gasp before he's now dead. Not going to affect anything major in the long term, just mildly annoying. Okay, so what I was saying is that we can go down and fight these Lumeris and get some of their really nice places. Yeah, really nice places that they've been building up, and have a second fleet go and fight these Horatio, who are pretty weak. So let's look at the point values. So those Lumeris have 500 points, so they're kind of on the lower end of the AIs. In fact, they're in last of the remaining AIs, and the Horatio are kind of middle in the 633 middle of the pack. Wait, where was blue? What is blue? Blue Sophons. So blue Sophons are still doing pretty good. So we don't want to pick a fight with them quite yet. Well, the rest of our fleet is distracted. And we really don't want to fight on 3 fronts, because we just don't have the happiness infrastructure in order to sustain a 3-front expansion. Because so if you look over here, so every system you take above your colonization limit is -10 happiness on all of your systems. So if we're fighting a 2-front war and taking lots and lots of systems very quickly, then we're going to run into major happiness issues very quickly before we can kind of build up the happiness infrastructure in order to handle that. And since our goal is to do the rapid expansion without losing happiness, that's exactly what we don't want. So we're just going to send this guy down here, send this Mantis up here, and kind of call it a day. Also, we are going to want to, before our next wars, we're going to want to expand our CP and get this happiness building as well. So yeah, so there are 2 techs that increase your colony limit. It's this one here, Hyper Pax, which gives you +2, which takes you up to 12, and then this one, which takes you up to 14. And if you read my my post on G2G, or I think I linked it on Reddit as well, I think those techs need to scale with galaxy size, because in something like a medium galaxy, you're only required to get 14 systems, or no, not sorry, 28 systems, which will give you -140 happiness from overcolonization. This is for a what are they called? Supremacy? No, Conquest victory. Yeah, Conquest victory. So you need 28 systems on a medium size galaxy, but you need 46 systems 40, hello? Yes, 46 systems for a huge galaxy, and since those things don't scale, even if you get every single tech in order to prevent overcolonization unhappiness, I'm still going to end up with minus 320 unhappiness. And I don't know if it's even possible to handle that, to kind of counteract that with every single happiness building in the game. Even if I build every single one on every single one of my places, specifically focus on trying to maintain happiness, I still don't know if it's going to be possible. If it's not, then that's something that that I hope Amplitude fixes. And it's a really easy fix. Just make those two technologies scalable with galaxy size, and preferably make a couple more of them. Either make them technologies in and of themselves, like make a tier 5 technology here. Yeah, like make a tier 5 technology here that increases it by like 10 or something huge. But yeah, just the two techs of giving 2 each is really not enough to make Conquest Victory viable on any large or larger galaxy. But I stated that was my goal early on, I think in like the first sentence of the first episode, so that's what I'm going to try and do anyways. A little bit because I'm a glutton for punishment. Yeah, otherwise, I mean, the other option is to find another way to win as late game Cravers, which probably wouldn't be a bad idea to do anyways. I should probably learn how to win that in ways that aren't specifically Conquest victories. But I find this system to work so well with Cravers specifically, and the way that I run Cravers, is that it kind of feels like a waste not to be using their military power all the time. Because I mean, if you've ever played Cravers or if you know anything about them, they're supposed to be this constant war civilization, and the only way I can think of to do it, no, actually that doesn't even work either. I was going to say, ooh, advanced decoy torpedoes. Hold on just a second, I'll finish that thought in a moment. Oh, perfect. We're going to get another general, just like I wanted. But he's going to be crap for levels anyways, so ooh, lots of health. But otherwise, looks like pretty crap for being a general. Alright, I don't remember what the Unfallen look like. Health regeneration ratio on fleet. I don't know what a health regeneration ratio is. I hope that means it just gains 40% of their health every turn. That would be pretty cool. But otherwise, if I remember correctly, Unfallen are pretty crap generals. Yeah, all of these are governor traits except for that one and that one. Yeah, that's pretty crap. Alright, so Unfallen suck, those guys suck. How's this guy? Also, definitely more geared towards a general rather than a governor rather than a general. Yeah, because they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 generals and only 2 fleets. Again, I misspoke. 5 governors and 2 fleets. So I think this guy is just going to be another, unfortunately, another governor. They're not really giving me much of a choice, which is unfortunate, to say the least. Alright, so let's throw this guy in here. Level him up a little bit. Get that 20 bonus industry. The Horatio are whining, probably because I'm massing a fleet right next to them. So yes. What do I want to do? I guess, start that war. Start a war over here. Yeah, let's get these guys up here. Let's get this. Wait, was there a while? Oh, okay, yeah, there's the scavenger. Okay. Also, we have our trading company now, so let's invest some things into that. And we have level 2, so we're gonna get. Oh, we're gonna be waiting for Jade Onyx anyway, so it's really not important that we have that quite yet. So we'll sell these and these and these. Grab us some extra money to again reinvest into our trade company, because the faster you can get these things to grow, both in levels and unlocking more trade companies, the better. Because once we have a whole bunch of trade companies, since our system, our empire is so spread out and but all connected in the same constellation, those are going to be incredibly valuable and will really boost our economy. Okay, so these guys are still mutinous from slave drivers. So let's stop that. All right, let's get them to content. All right, let's do a little happiness review, because I'm guessing most of my dudes are pretty pissed off. They are. All right, that's because I just conquered them. All right, next. Also because I just conquered, recently conquered. Alright, is there any way for me to make this a little bit better? Or that. And let's go to snow from Arctic. Okay, so that should help a little bit all around. And yeah, 5 happiness. Luxury resource. If you only have 1 luxury resource, the upkeep on, I guess I am making 13k. I might as well do it. Every little bit helps. Let's get this as well. That should be okay. Alright, Yaz also recently captured, doing our initial terraforming. Again, every little bit helps. Definitely going to want these. Okay. So that's fine. Zubin I've had forever. Why are you still angry? Probably because of slavery. Okay. So that solves that a little bit. Let's get this guy over here. And this guy over here. Yeah, so what we're doing now is we're putting all of our guys that gain benefits from being on sterols onto this sterile. So that we can just, generate as much food as possible and keep growing as much as possible. Okay, and then we'll also turn this into an arid and this into an Arctic. Yeah, as you can tell, there's lots of terraforming to be done with all of these systems, because I kind of started in a crap place, or at least in a place that wasn't too exciting. This place is having tons of food problems for some reason, so I'm gonna build intensive cultivation there. Definitely want this. Probably no. I'm pretty good for dust at the moment, so let's prioritize those things. Get some happiness resources in, and some more industry as well. So those guys will have a nice list of things to do. Alright, I believe I have to, what's that mission? Do I have to orbit it for 10 turns, or orbit around, maybe it's in 10 turns? I don't know. What do I have any other important missions going on? Obelisk. This one, producing the most industry. And yeah, okay. So no important missions at the moment. Okay, so we will just continue on. I think I'm going to grab a scavenger here real quick, just so that I can clean up those last few just take this place. Why is this mutinous? Minus 10 from ownership, so not that bad. Is it possible for me to... Yes, okay. So that's what we'll do. Get still mutinous, eh? Now it's minus 40 from owner. Minus 40. Minus 8. Color me confused. How is it that I am able... Is there some sort of like repression system going on or something? Minus 41 from ownership. Maybe is that what these guys being yellow means? I have no idea. I don't know. That's really strange that the minus happiness from ownership is changing so dramatically. I have no idea why that's happening. If you guys do know, definitely let me know in the comments. But with that, I'm going to excuse me, I'm going to draw episode 6 to a close. And thank you all. Alright, is this episode 7? I think this is episode 7. So I'm going to draw episode 7 to a close. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.